Welcome back to the Great Lakes Disc YouTube channel. I'm Brian Papa Wolf Frawley, and today we are checking in with one of our newest players on Team Great Lakes Disc. I'm excited to get to know and for y'all to meet Guthrie Collins. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the Great Lakes Disc YouTube channel or whatever various podcast forum you're listening to this on. I'm Brian. You know me, but you may not know the guy on the screen or the voice that you hear through your ear pods. That is Guthrie Collins. And Guthrie, we did a soft open and I messed up and called you Girthy. Does that happen a lot at tournaments?
No worries. That happens almost in every tournament I play in, surprisingly. But you know what? It is what it is.
Well, I'll try not to mess it up, but give me a little bit of grace if I do. So, first of all, welcome to Team Great Lakes Disc. First time on Team Great Lakes Disc. We're excited to have you. You, sir, are a gentleman, and we really like your attitude on the course and in the store, of course, as well. But why don't you tell the people that are listening and watching kind of how you got into disc golf, your disc golf origin story, if you will?
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. I'm honored to be on Team Great Lakes Disc. So I'm from Michigan originally. The last 4 years I lived in Western New York. So that is actually when I got into disc golf. So I feel like, you know, I'm a seamless member of the team because I'm a West Michigan guy. But I didn't start playing disc golf until I was out in New York. So I lived in Houghton, New York, very small town, not Houghton, Michigan. People get that confused along with my first name. But I lived out there. It's a very rural place. And it was a small university that I was working on staff at. And there's not a lot to do in the area. The nearest McDonald's was like 30 minutes away. So we were there, and my wife and I moved there in August of 2019, and they built a disc golf course on the campus in November of 2019. So right before COVID, and I started playing the course as a way to get energy out of my 4-month-old puppy. So I would play around. I'd never really played before. I had a Paul Macbeth 4-time Orange Destroyer was my only disc. Somehow I acquired that. I don't remember how, since it has been lost tragically. But I started playing every day, played through the winter, and then the pandemic happened, and that was pretty much the only thing I could do. So I constantly was playing disc golf. And then I played my first tournament in August of 2020. My first intro, I became a PDJ member 2 days before the tournament. I played intermediate and I won by 14 strokes, which was great. I qualified for the NADGT. I didn't know what that was. And the rest is, kind of history for me.
I think that's great that you didn't know what it was that you qualified for
Uh,
as a TD. Like I've handed people birth packages to the state championships, and they're like, "What is this? I don't know." So it's
uh,
always cool to kind of surprise a disc golfer. I would be a bad interviewer though if I let that nugget of you were walking your dog go. What kind of dog do you have? What's their name?
yeah, so I have a golden retriever named Leela after the Leelanau Peninsula up near Traverse
Oh,
City. If you ever see me at the course, you can say hi. She will jump on you. We're still trying to train her. She just has so much energy and loves disc golf. Yeah.
that's awesome. Feel free to bring her in the shop sometime. I'd love to
Okay.
see her.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, yeah, I noticed you've got something on your head there. You got a fancy beanie with a logo on it. Is that a new manufacturer sponsorship?
I do. Yes. I am sponsored by Prodigy Discs for the 2024 season. I'm on their tournament team, which I'm very excited about. Before this, before a few months ago, between Great Lakes Disc and Prodigy, I did not have a sponsor. And I should say one more thing about my disc golf origin story. So when I lived out in New York, I worked at a college, and colleges through the pandemic were struggling with enrollment. And the college I worked at opened up a position for the director of campus recreation and also the head disc golf coach for the new club team that they were starting. So I ended up getting that position after I applied for it. And so for 2 years, I was the head disc golf coach at Houghton University School of 700. And after like really intense coaching, we practiced 5 times a week. We did yoga, we did mental work. That school of 700 finished fourth at nationals last year in April. So very proud of that group and was absolutely loving being their coach. It was really hard to leave New York to move back to Michigan. All that to say, Prodigy sponsored our team back in the day. That we had a wholesale agreement with them. We had all Prodigy bags, we had some Prodigy apparel, and so that was kind of my connection to Prodigy initially. And then when I moved here, obviously there's a lot of Discraft sponsored athletes around here. And I've been reaching out to some manufacturers, and Prodigy was the one that really showed interest back towards me, and seemed like a great fit for me. So I'm excited to represent them in 2024.
That's awesome. Now, did you have Prodigy discs in your bag last year, or do you have a brand new bag this year? What's the story?
This is I'm an honest guy, so I'm just gonna admit it. I have three Prodigy discs that kind of worked in and out of my bag.
All right, all
I
right.
I kind of loved Nate Sexton when I got into the sport, so and I was a forehand only player. So a
Okay.
lot of my discs were Innova discs before this, and so it is a lot of new discs. But I love I'm kind of a disc golf nerd, so learning new discs and learning all their molds and plastic is been an exciting thing for me.
So are you getting reps outside right now? Are you getting reps inside in a net, or what's the story?
Yeah, I was getting reps outside until we got hit with this torrential snow. I'm hoping that the rain takes enough of the snow away next week that I can get back out and start doing some more field work. I have a net in my detached garage. I barely have enough room for a run up, so I've been practicing out there. That obviously doesn't help me with the flight of the disc, but I work from home and I take the occasional 5 minute break, and I have like a 24-foot putt set up right next to my desk that ripping on those reps, trying to make sure I'm ready to go come March.
Yeah, that's awesome. So speaking of being ready to go in March, what's 2024 looking like? Any big events you're planning on? Are you staying local? Are you traveling?
Yeah. So I'm playing all of the local B tiers that y'all put on. Coming from Western New York, there were the occasional C B tier with like $750 added, occasionally $1,000 added. So to have so many local events with like such high stakes for the local players is awesome. So I'm excited to take advantage of those and do my best and try to have a good showing. I'm planning on playing the Music City Open down in Nashville. I'm planning on playing D-Glow, and I'm planning on playing Worlds. So those are kind of my big ones that I'm planning on for sure. Ledgestone and Idlewild are on the horizon for me. They just kind of depends on registration. I'm 1,006 rated. And with the new Disc Golf Pro Tour registration schedule, 10-10 players go in first, and then 990 to 10-10 are next. So we'll see if I can sneak into a few of the smaller ones. I know Idlewild is historically a small field, so I'm planning on playing pretty much as many pro tours as I can. I really feel like I'm ready to have a breakout year on that stage.
That's awesome, and I love the confidence too. That's
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of great Michigan players go and be able to play well in events like Music City and local disc golf pro tour events. So
Mm-hmm.
it'd be great to see your name out there. I'll be excited to hopefully see your profile on the
Mm-hmm.
fancy internet and all that stuff. It's always fun to watch all that excitement. So you're
Totally.
relatively new to disc golf, 4 years, 5 years range. Do you have like a bucket list of like places you want to play, travel, events you want to do, things like that?
I mean, yes, I definitely do. I travel quite a bit, so I feel like I've kind of crossed off a lot of the courses. Like I've played Idlewild before, and I got into disc golf in 2020, and so the disc golf pro tour stopped for a few months, and I was just like eating up the Jomez coverage of Waco and Idlewild and kind of Ledgestone, like the classic courses on tour that have been around for a long time. So like I definitely want to get out to California and play De La Viega. That would be
Yeah.
awesome. I'd love to get out to Oregon and play Milo and a couple
Hmm.
of other courses. I've played a few courses in Washington, and I actually played in Alaska last summer at Kincaid
Wow.
Park, which was a blast. There was a moose on hole 7, like 80 feet from me, and I picked up my disc and walked rapidly to the next tee. And apparently that happens quite a bit up there, which was hilarious to me. But yeah, definitely those are the courses. And I definitely like being on Jomez coverage as somebody who came into the sport when I came in. Like that's one of my goals for this year would be to have a showing at one of the events that they're covering. To make it on their coverage would be pretty special for me.
Yeah, I think that's a great goal, and it's like a milestone for so many golfers or people like me just to be in the crowd in the background of a shot. Like I was on Jomez, yay.
Sure.
So you got pretty good pretty fast. Like you mentioned your rating earlier. What are some of the tips and tricks that helped you in your advancement of your game and skill?
Totally. I would say just the getting out there and playing, that sounds really basic, but I mean, there are countless what's the word I'm looking for? Studies on like mastery out there. Malcolm Gladwell writes in the book Outliers about the 10,000 hour rule,
Hmm.
and how it takes 10,000 hours to become the master of anything. So I would recommend if you're an up and comer, start getting those hours in. I feel like I calculate this every year or so. I think I'm around like 6,000 hours of playing. So I know I've got some good potential still to gain some mastery over the skills that I've acquired in disc golf. But yeah, it's really about getting out there, and like for any encouragement, this encourages me. Nobody's won a pro tour event with a PDJ number in the triple digits. I don't think Connor O'Reilly is the highest PDJ number to ever win on the pro tour, and I think he is like right around 100,000. So if you're anywhere after that, no one's ever won at that level. So those people have been around for a long time. So
Uh,
like we have the
uh, uh.
oh, am I wrong?
So you said triple digits, but I believe you meant six digits.
I meant six digits. Yes, I meant.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we have one winner. Well, it wasn't technically a pro tour. Holland Hanley is a six-digit winner of
Okay.
the
Okay.
of
Well, she's
US.
incredible.
Yeah. But
Yes.
on the MPO side, for a specific disc golf pro tour event, I do not believe we have a six-digiter yet.
Yes. Yeah. Connor O'Reilly won the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge a few years ago, and he was. I remember that was a big storyline. But anyway, we have time on our side. I'm 30, so like I'm a little bit older, and I recognize that on my journey. But like I still feel like I have miles ahead of me as far as my potential. But the reps are just important, and putting in particular is the most important thing. So, and Michigan disc golfers are incredible at putting, by the way. Like I've been blown away playing tournaments here. Yeah,
Yeah, we got some weather to deal with, so we get used to
yeah,
putting in all facets of that, whether it's sunshine or whether it's snowshine. We're
uh
used to
huh,
it. And in some tournaments, if you're lucky enough, you get to have all four seasons, which is
yeah,
really nice. Yeah.
yeah. Nothing
Makes
like it.
Yeah, it makes it really interesting.
Uh,
So you're back in the Grand Rapids area. For those of you that are listening in your local, maybe you're in West Michigan, I believe I heard that you are doing lessons or interested in doing lessons. Is that
mhm.
true? And
Yeah,
how
so
would
I've
somebody contact you?
that's a great question. You can reach out to me through Facebook or Instagram. My Instagram is at discguth, play on my first name. And you can, look me up on Facebook, Guthrie Collins, friend request me, and we can work out a time. I've given hundreds of lessons to college disc golfers. I've done some clinics. We did a clinic. I don't know if Joel Freeman would feel good about me saying this, but I did a clinic alongside Joel Freeman out in New York when we brought him out to teach some clinics through the university I was working with. We're pretty close friends now, so it's okay. But I did some teaching with him, which was fun. I know a lot about the game, so I'd love to help you in any facet that you're looking for. And like specifically, the mental game is something a lot of people don't think about. If you're looking to excel in tournaments, I am also, but I'm also willing to help you with that.
Well, that's awesome. As a 200 PDJ event guy myself, maybe I could use a lesson. Maybe I'll finally crack that 900. I don't know. I appreciate your time today. What else should people know about Guthrie?
It's a great question. I'm a really friendly person. I'm honestly so excited to be part of the Great Lakes Disc team and to be part of this community here in Michigan. Michigan disc golf is kind of one of like the hotbeds for disc golf, and Michigan disc golfers are legit. So I'm excited to. I was excited to change my PDGA location to Grand Rapids, Michigan, to be a part of this elite crew of disc golfers here. But yeah, I'm very friendly. If you ever see me on the course, would love to say hi. Yes, I give lessons, but I'm not looking to just get money out of you for a lesson. So like, let's talk, let's have a good time, let's connect. If you ever have any questions or you just want to connect with me over disc golf, I would love to chat. Um, yeah.
Excellent. Well, we like to do giveaways, before things end. But unfortunately, I look over at my shelf. I don't have any Prodigy to pull off right now, so I do apologize for not giving away something on Prodigy's behalf. Maybe next time you're on, I'll preload one. So we will.
Fantastic.
We've talked about the Michigan disc golf scene. We do have this Michigan buzz from AM States this year. For those of you that don't know, our AM States was known as the largest B tier in the world for a long time. It's like 600 players, and this year it finally moved to an A tier. So shout out to that crew that helps run that event. If you would like to win this yellow Z buzz, see, I got to say what it is out loud for the people just listening, not looking. The yellow Z buzz with the state's logo on it. Comment your favorite Prodigy mold below, or a Prodigy mold you would like to try. See, you'll do a little cross reference there between both companies. And Guthrie will pick one of them out, one of you out once this is released a couple weeks after we do this, and I'll get that shipped out to you from Great Lakes Disc. Go
Nice.
follow Guthrie on Instagram. Give him a follow on Facebook. Use his code when you go online and try to purchase some of that great Prodigy disc. Thank you again for your time, and we wish you best of luck in 2024.
Thanks, Brian. I'm honored to be a part of it.
Fantastic.